Hello, it's the 14th of October and here I have my Lao, or Calabash, or bottle gourd. It's got big enough for me to actually pick now, and this is the only one that's done really well. I'm going to pick it, I'm going to eat it, we're going to maybe give some to some friends, but there's not really enough to do much with this year. There are some others forming here, but they're not particularly big. I'm hoping that the weather continues to be relatively warm so that maybe those other ones will grow a little bit bigger as well, but we'll see. There's quite a few trying to form here, see? But we'll see how they do, and I'll pick this one for the moment. So get my trusty secateurs out, and I'm going to try and do this filming and cutting at the same time. Whoa! There we go. That's a good size one. Not as good as some of the ones that I grew for Shaish last year, but I'm quite happy with that. We'll actually go home, I'll find out what kind of recipes we can do with it, and we'll cook it up. It's quite bitter, but if you put some good spices with it, it'll taste nice, and it's really good for you as well. I'll explain that a little bit later when I'm at home, and we'll talk you through what we're going to do with it and how we're going to cook it. Thank you. Okay, so this is the Calabash Lao bottle gourd that I grew. Unfortunately, this was the only one. The others were forming at this time of year, but it was a bit cold. Had a bit of a problem with the polytunnel. It snapped in the wind and it wasn't protected as much, but this is still quite a good example of a calabash. Obviously, last year I was going for Shaish and we had some really big ones, if you see on previous videos. But I'm about to attempt to cook a madras. Had a little bit of advice from Shaish earlier on, so I'll cut this in a second. But this is what we're going to put into the madras. So we put in onion, we've got some garlic, got some chili and some ginger. I'm going to cut it all into really tiny pieces, and we're going to get to we'll fry that up. Okay, I'm just going to chop the garlic up. It would have been ideal if we'd have had a processor, food processor, but we haven't got a food processor at the moment, so I'm just going to cut everything up into really tiny pieces and get as much of a paste as we can with this. And we're using this chili here. And get it all cut up as small as possible. Right. So everything that I use, any waste goes into my special compost bin, and I compost that on the Frogmore project that I'm going to be carrying on next year. So we save absolutely everything that we can to put in the compost bin, so we can create our own good compost and put that to the veggies and use everything that we can naturally. So everything that I use is organic as well. It's a good start for growing everything in a nice natural way. Not certified organic, but we don't use any pesticides, herbicides or fertilizers. Everything is done naturally. Okay, so I've chopped everything up and now it's about to go into the pan. Ideally it should have been a paste, but we're going to be alright with this. Let's see how it goes. And we're going to cook this for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to put a bit of water in it, and we'll put the spices in, which are going to be ground turmeric and cumin. And they'll be put in and fried with that at first in the next 5 minutes. Right, now it's time just to cut into this Lao just to see what it looks like. And by the way, my brother is the one that is filming me today. Usually I'm filming myself, but thanks very much, bro.
Not a problem.
He's an actor, by the way.
Thank you.
Jamie Silverthorne. Right, so if you can bring this a bit closer, brother, we'll have a little look at this. Oh my goodness. That's really tough. Have a look at what this looks like inside. So it's Calabash Lao bottle gourd it is, and it's actually from Bangladesh. So what we're going to do is have to scoop out the seeds from the middle, and then we'll be using the flesh around the outside here. So I'm just going to cut into it a bit more so we can see what we're dealing with there, and then scoop the flesh out. Wow, that is really, really hard to cut into. And the ones we grew last year for Shaish were a lot bigger. Oh, there we go. So that's not a brilliant cut, but there you can see I'm going to cut out the middle part, and then this is what you're left with. This is going to be the flesh here that we're cooking with. So I'm going to cut that up now. It'll take a little while. Right, I've been cooking that for 5 minutes then, the onions and the chilies and the garlic. I'm going to put half a tablespoon of turmeric in there. And then we're going to put half a tablespoon of cumin and a little bit of chili, because we like quite hot dishes, my brother and I, so we'll put a fair bit in there. And then cook that up a bit more. And then we're ready for the next stage, which is putting the lao in the next few minutes. We'll give that a few minutes worth of cooking, and then we'll put the lao in a minute. The lao is really, really hard to cut actually. Be really careful with the serrated knife that I had, but we'll put a load of that in, so I'll show you that in a minute. Right, I've cooked down the mixture now. We've had the spices in there for about a couple of minutes, the cumin and the turmeric and the chili. So now, if you come closer, Rob, I'm going to put the tomato in there and the lao. I just literally spoke to Shaish about 10 minutes ago just to get a little bit of advice on how to cook it, because I've never actually cooked it before. There we go. I'm going to let that cook until it goes soft. We're going to let that cook for about 30 minutes. So I'll get back to you in 30 minutes when have a little quick try, and we'll put some other things in like coriander. And coriander is usually something you put in towards the end of the dish, so because otherwise it goes a little bit kind of stringy. So we'll get back to you in half an hour. Right, so I'm just chopping some coriander, homegrown coriander. I grew absolutely loads of it this year, it's great. And I'm just going to put that in at the last minute into the dish. Looking really good.